What's up, YouTube? It's Tony.
And this is Nick.
And today we're here to review our primaries. This is a very, as you can see by the title, a very well-known firearm, well-known around the world. This is the M4A1 Combat Assault Rifle. I got this from airrattle.com.
And I got mine from pyramidair.com.
Both very good retailers. Nick's going to show you here what you get with the box when you first buy it.
Alright, so when you get it, this is exactly what you're going to see. It has a kind of annoying orange flash hider, which is a combination of both glue and screwed in, and that annoyed me because it takes a hell of a long time to undo, as you can ask Anthony. It gives you the magazine you get in the box is a 430 round high capacity magazine, and the high caps actually feed into the gun a little bit better than the mid caps, so we realized. It has a TLRB rail system, that's top, left, right, and bottom. With, I'm not sure quite how many rails I didn't count, but really if you have an accessory, it goes on them for a lot of the time. Typical semi and auto fire selector, and the crane stock here, which is the battery is housed. The battery is a typical 9.6 volt battery, a 6-position crane stock. Keeping it closed all the way is good for close quarters combat. All the way out is better for long distance.
Yep. And going along with the battery, where I bought it, the battery does not come with the gun. You have to buy it separate. I bought mine from Ground Zero Airsoft, located here in Wolcott, Connecticut, for $35. And as you can probably see by my gun, this has so much mountability that it isn't even funny. As you can tell, I've got the silencer on the front, the scope on the top rail. This is an ACOG red dot. And over here, I've got a nice red laser sight. I got this from airsoftpost.com for $35. Now, the mag attachment, nice little mag attachment here. Not that big a deal, $5 anywhere you want. As you can see by mine, I don't have a grip just yet. I need to go get another one. This gun, very worthwhile. It has many realistic features, which is very big with us airsofters. The realism of this is, well, first of all, it's one-on-one. So this is the exact same size as the M4. So you're getting the realism with this M4. The weight is about 1.5 to 2 pounds off of the real M4, so that gives even more realism to the gun.
Of course, when you add attachments, there's actually a noticeable weight difference between mine and his. It actually feels 1 or 2 pounds heavier, so if you add enough to it, surprisingly, even this foregrip, and this is like an ounce or something like that, it does add a little bit of difference because the more you add to the front, like a barrel extension, gravity pushes the gun down a little bit and it feels heavier. So if you're into the heavy aspect, like a real gun, then that's a good thing for you. And also for the sights, the front sight is adjustable. I'm not quite sure how you adjust it, but there's instructions that are along with you. And then the back here, it's a typical, selector sight, and this one is for very fine long-distance shooting, and I mean long-distance. Unless you're shooting a good 50 to 100 yards away, it's not really of any use.
Yeah. Now, going on with this gun, this FPS is approximately 340 to 350 out of the box.
Mine was 375 out of the box.
All right, so it depends mostly where you get it, I believe. It's both. These are both G&G, both very well-made guns. Now, I'm going to go with the internals of the gun. The hop-up, contrary to other M4s, does not open when you pull the charging handle. The charging handle does not function, it just gives you the realism. But what you have to do for the hop-up is you got your dust cover right here on your standard M4. You got to get a nice fingernail in through there, and you pull it down. As you can see here, you got the blue piston and 2 gears up right here. Now when you turn it clockwise, it's going to bring the hop up. When you tear it counterclockwise, your hop is going to go down. So, what's really nice is because a lot of airsofters like me like to add the realism, so when you load in a new mag, pull it back. Now that doesn't open up, so it gives you a less chance of dirt getting in there and ruining your gears. So, going on with the realism to go on, the charging handle works. Well, it doesn't work, but it gives like the realism of a real M4. You've got your forward assist right here, excuse me. The forward assist, located right here, would normally unjam around in the real M4. Also, you've got the bolt catch right where my finger is. That would release the bolt after your last round is fired.
And the gun is the typical price is about $140. It goes from 140 anywhere to 160. So really, you're paying the price for kind of a Chinese knockoff or a clone or something like that. But really, you are getting a very high quality weapon. The only issues that we've had with the gun were just because of battery malfunctions. But you can fire this thing, depending on the battery, for 5 to 10 seconds straight. I've never seen that before if you buy the right batteries. But it's just, there's not a whole lot of moving parts to the gun, so there's not a whole lot that can break. And plus it's metal, so it's a bit more durable. You can drop this thing on a rock and it's not going to do anything at all. So it's a very high quality, durable, it's a great gun, and that's why it's so popular on the market. And if you're looking to buy the M4, buy it now, because mine that I got off of the Pyramid Air, it was maybe the last one or two that were left. They're selling like hotcakes, so if you can find one somewhere, even if you have to pay an extra $10 or $20, it's worth it. Just keep in mind that you need a battery and a battery charger as well. So if you want to buy those along with it or at your local retailer, do that. So it is kind of a rip-off that you have to buy the battery somewhere else, but it's worth it because it's a great gun, and this thing is going to last you a long time. And one issue I think that we found with the gun is when you buy it, they give you about 1,000 BBs, and they're 5.95 millimeter. Now, in our battles, we typically use 6 millimeter because they're just the most common, but the gun likes to jam a little bit. Now, I don't know if it's going to be a huge issue for you. You can try it, but what I would do, rather than just use your buddy's 6 millimeter, just buy your own 5.95 and just bring them to the battles yourself. You don't want to deal with any jams in the middle of the game because, as Anthony here can tell you, it's kind of a bitch to deal with that in the middle of a heated battle.
Especially if your sidearm isn't cooperating with you, or if you don't even have a sidearm. That's particularly why I bought the gas blowbacks. Now, one more thing about the gun is the sling mounts. Mine, for some reason, is a little bit loose. This is housed right here, right behind the rail system and right under the front sight, front sight. Second one, though, however, has 3 different locations. You can put it right here where my finger is. You can put it right here. And then there's this itty-bitty hole right here where you can put a 1-point stock. This would fit a 2-point stock. So there would be no second, handle right here. You'd have to feed the rope through here and attach it all the way up here. Now, they're not difficult to come by. You can buy them at most airsoft retailers for, I don't know, $5, maybe $10 at the most. If you want a high-grade one, they're about $10. I have yet to buy one because I haven't been online in a while.
And a great thing that I actually wasn't expecting is when you buy the gun, usually when you buy guns online, they give you your receipt and they give you how to load the battery if it's a good supplier. But when I bought it, it actually gave me a packet of battery basics. It gave me your typical manual with the catalog for G&G, and it also gave me a game modes pamphlet. So it gives you a whole bunch of different games you can play, from zombies to sort of a mode of capture the flag, and a whole lot of that kind of stuff. And you can look it up online, but I just thought that kind of spoke to a G&G that they kind of gave you as much as they could for your money that they're going to give you. So if you're going to buy a gun and you want an M4, this is the way to go. There's a lot of M4s out there in the market, DPMS in particular, but our motto, I guess, is kind of don't spend over $200, just because that's a lot of money to spend for most people doing airsoft, and it's $200. I mean, I'm sure you can find a good use for the 60 or so that you'd be saving. Again, this is only $140, and if you buy it on sale or if you have a coupon, you can get it for even less. So my rating would be a 9.8. I think the only reason that I would have given it any points off is because jams are kind of typical depending on how you use them, and also just a pure frustration getting this thing off. And we're going to show you how to do that in our next video. But other than that, this is pretty much as close to a flawless gun as you can get. And just one quick point here: when you buy the gun, right here, I don't know if it's required by state law or anything, there's a warning sticker. And the sticker doesn't like to peel off that well, so you're going to have to scrape it off. But hot water is what you're really going to want. Hot water and just figuring out. And so this is Pure Airsoft. I'm Nick, and this is Tony. And hope you enjoyed the review.
Thanks for watching.
Buy this gun.
Absolutely.